Hello everyone. This is Anne-Sophie Dumetz, and as you probably know, I'm the founder of She's a Changemaker, and I work with women who are change makers at heart, and they might be a coach currently but want to step into that greater sense of leadership, being the change that they want to see in their world. And what I love to say is you have to become unignorable to yourself and to the people whose life you're meant to change. So what I want to talk about in this short live is no voice, no confidence, no clients, and how to know if you need support to actually find that voice and that confidence. Like, there are certain signs really you can look for. So come on in and say hi as you're coming in. And so if you have feeling the no voice, no confidence, no clients, there really are signs, actual physical signs that you can look for if you're feeling that you're not feeling heard. And so one of them doesn't have to do actually with how many clients, how much cash you've got. It actually has to do with how you're feeling about communicating. So come on in, let me know that you're here, say hello so I can comment with you on the live stream. But it's important to be tuned in to your body and hear how you are feeling. You have to know if you're wanting to say something. It's important to feel good when you're finding the words to say it. That said, like, it's almost like the words can't only come from your head. They have to come from your heart too. One of the coaches I follow, her name is Lisa Fabrega, and one day she said this phrase to me and it really stuck with me. She said, you know, you have to think with your head and feel with your heart. No, other way around. Think with your heart and feel with your mind. And it really is having that open-hearted, open-mind connection is so important to open up the voice. And when you do find that openness, if you find yourself too rational or too emotional, then you may not have the truth of the message that you're here to say. So the thing is, when you don't have the right words that resonate with two very important people in your life, the people whose life you're meant to change, your clients and you, it has to resonate with you. If there's not that resonance of feeling like, yes, I'm so behind my words, I'm so believing in what I'm saying, then it's not going to feel good when you say it to someone. And so there has to be that really like backing yourself up, feeling like, yes, I am fucking stoked to show up and say what I have to say in the way that feels good. So that's trusting your voice. And that really is having like that feeling with your mind and thinking with your heart, being open to both. And today I have to say, like, in this world, it's an important thing to do to stay connected to both your heart and your mind. So the connection with the clients, though, is that if you're saying anything that doesn't resonate with you as well as it does with the ideal client for you, then the message will will miss the mark. And the offers and the marketing and everything will just miss the mark, both for you and that client, and there will be a trust break. So if there's just generally, if you're showing up and you're sharing your voice and you're sharing your message, if you're feeling really strategic, oh, Arda, hi Anne, you just nail it with what I've been feeling. Oh, thank you for connecting that. Tell me more about how you're feeling and how I can help. So there really is this thing, like, if you're feeling too strategic, too rational, and too like, yeah, I'm so into it, but it's almost like the ego is starting to take over. But then if you're too emotional, then there's not enough of that strategy. So your voice is kind of like either going one way or the other way, and you can't hit that middle ground of just feeling grounded and connected. And really, like, that groundedness and connectedness, it is where this feeling whole, like all of you showing up with as much care, kindness, and resonance to who you are and the people whose life you are so born to change, like you're meant to change their life, right? So you know, if that's what's happening, then of course there's going to be a holding back on being visible. So if you have these moments, if ever you or someone you know has had these hesitations, these moments of like, oh, I have something to say, but I don't know what to say, that self-doubt, that constant questioning, it just means that there probably needs to be a bit of a tweak in terms of how we phrase and identify the words and the positioning, and all the actual like nerdy marketing stuff needs to be realigned to you. So on a story for that. I'm about to publish this post on Huffington Post very shortly, and it's about, don't let blueprints muffle your true voice. Because this is the thing, like that happened to me, and I see that happening to a lot of people when they're starting out, which is cool. Like blueprints, they're kind of like training wheels. You start out with them, but ultimately they can become so rational that you lose your heart within it. And that's what happened to me initially. Like I was so trying to fit my big message into a tiny blueprint that I lost the soul of what I was here to do. I totally lost trust in my own voice. And in losing that trust in my own voice, I lost the confidence to show up and do what I was here to do. And so like it was like a 3-year detour. Like I'm not kidding you. Like it's not like I did nothing awesome. Like I did some great things, but my soul was like, yo, what the hell, what's going on? And so I had to make a radical decision to let go of what wasn't feeling like home for my heart or my mind or my soul, and actually go with it. So it's super important when you're messaging, when you're writing things, that you don't just think about the words, but you really feel what you're feeling. Are you feeling good? Does it just simply feel good to share what you have to share? And maybe some of you have, checked out my website, which is up, by the way. I didn't have a website forever, but it is up. Not perfect, but it's there. And I talk about being unscripted, naked, and free. And this is the thing, like when you are unscripted, it just means that you trust yourself, you trust your voice, you trust that the words that you have to say are going to land in somebody's heart, touch their soul in some capacity. And when that happens, that's when the magic happens. When there's that sense of deep resonance, that's when your reach can grow. That's when people start to become like, they have to pay attention to your voice because they so resonate with you. You're like, oh my God, you're like my sister from another mister, right? Like they resonate with you and what you have to say. And this is the thing about being a change maker. I'm answering all your questions and at the same time empowering. You're welcome. I'm so glad that you could be here live with me, Arda. And if you have other questions, do let me know. I totally lost my train of thought, but yeah, so you have to pay attention to your body. Like you can't, the worst place to be in writing your marketing, creating your branding, doing your business, identifying your ideal client is all in your head. Like that is the worst place to be because your heart, your soul don't live up there. Like your mind is what manufactures thoughts. It's what creates the words. Yes, absolutely. So we got to work with it. But we have to really work with the emotional side of things too. And to be honest, like I felt like a complete cuckoo saying this kind of stuff a few years ago, but it's just been my truth. It's just been how I operate and how I've always operated in my life, that words, they are like the womb, they are the vessel to what we get to exchange with each other in whatever capacity. So, if you've been in a place of not finding the words that feel good to you and that seem to kind of fall flat or completely miss the people whose life you're meant to change, like please connect with me, because that's the kind of thing that I really, really love helping change makers do. Find that resonance in your message so that the whole of you comes on board. Like if there is any resistance with the messaging, with the voicing, with the communicating for yourself, like if you can't say it to yourself and fully be sold on what you're doing, it's not going to work. Because you're not going to believe in you to be able to put it out there. Thanks for the hearts. You have to back yourself up. You have to have that confidence. And there are very practical, logical, tangible ways to do that. So just until tonight, this is Sunday night, October 2nd, I do have a hot deal that I put it out into the group. If you're interested in joining me on that program, I basically created this message and offer clarity intensive, which is around creating that resonance with the words and the offers that you have. So you're really, really behind them. You're like head over freaking heels in love with them, so much so that there's going to be no backing out. And it becomes an evident fact that you're stepping up and doing your thing. So when there's that kind of commitment from yourself, things will happen. It will absolutely happen. So I'm doing this special offer only for a really tiny amount of people because I was compelled to create it because it's a way I know I can really, really help you. But, to show you how I'm walking my talk, the She's a Changemaker sister mind is I know what I really resonate with and I've been wanting to create, so I'm creating that as well. It's really because there's a deep soul, emotional heart, voice resonance that is like so integrated in that project that I have to create it. So it's about really finding what is that one thing for you? What is that one message, that one wording, that one voice that is going to truly connect with your heart and also with your ideal clients in a way that changes your life and theirs. It has to be that life-changing impact. And so there's definitely strategy behind it, but there's also soul and intuition and everything else. It's a complex yet simple step-by-step process that I walk people through. But I find that when people do it on their own, if there's been this sense of I can't find the word, I can't find the way, of the sense of I know it's there but I can't find it, then that's really the time to ask for support and go seek it. You know, I've worked with people who have stayed confused for months, actually years, of just feeling like they're not quite there, not quite there, not quite there, and therefore no confidence, right? Can't back themselves up. And then what happens? No confidence, can't back yourself up, not doing it, feeling like a failure, and it's this downward cycle that really just doesn't feel good. So basically that's not the story I want for anybody who's in my tribe, in my circles. I want my ladies to just feel confident, have the energy and the words to back themselves up, be like fully on board with your big dream. Like, so your inner change maker's gotta like love you right back and be like, yeah, we're showing up, let's do this. And like, no excuses, right? You have to love yourself that much that you're going to say what you have to say. Really trust that heart and trust that voice. So I'll put the link in the comment just for today in this video. And so I have this special offer, and it is the Message and Offer Clarity VIP Intensive. And we work together over 3 sessions and really get clear about who is that person whose life you're meant to change. You're going to get clear. I get people clear. It's just what I do. You know, I shared Sarah's testimonial recently where I was just chatting with her for a very short amount of time. She'd been unclear for like months, and we got her clear within a matter of about 10 minutes. So she was in that place of being ready to get unconfused. So if you're in that place feeling like I'm ready to just be unconfused and I want to be clear, then it's the right time to actually go seek out that help. So yeah, so that package includes really get you clear to take a stand for the people whose life you're here to change, have a super clear sense of who they are, who that person is, how they feel, what they're ready for. And then we do this alignment of like what is the offer and the core message you need to communicate so it actually lands into their heart and soul and resonates with them while resonating with you. And that's that matchmaking process, the sweet spot messaging process that happens while also creating an offer that you feel like so excited to take a stand for that you will show up to promote it. Therefore, removing the visibility hangups and visibility blocks. So it's kind of like some mindset work happens at the same time and confidence work happens at the same time. It's just done through the process that is kind of that blend of soulful, irrational, and emotional. Anyway, so it's that whole program is a $1997 program. It includes some email support and follow-up and everything, but I'm discounted it to 50% until the end of today to $997, and that's why I'm only taking a few people. I felt like, you know, it's October. I've got some rock star people in my tribe who do need this kind of service, and I just thought, okay, let's rock into October with a fantastic opportunity. And if it's calling you out and you want to explore this offer, like, let's do it. You know, I'll put the link on the page. It's the link I have there is a one-time payment of $997. If you do need to do split the payment, we can do that. So just let me know. And otherwise, you know, if you feel that that's not enough, you're ready for the bigger, more in-depth support and work, please just let me know. I do have the opportunity to work with a very small number of clients. I only take 4 one-on-one clients at this point at any one time, because this is deep dive work that we do over a period of months. I do have a couple of spots open right now, so if that's something you want to talk about with me privately, we can set up a time to have a private conversation. I'm very accessible. Like, honestly, just reach out and we'll have a private conversation and we'll figure out like what is that journey that you need to take from where you are right now. What is your start line? What is the finish line you want to get to? And what are the steps in between? I'm very practical, very rational, and I understand like there can be emotional freakouts through it, but I know how to hold space for that because I've gone through it. Like, I won't lie. This journey for me, like, I'm at this point where I've gone through this journey and I know my shit, I know my stuff, and I know what it's like to not be able to back. I remember very clearly being in the space of I don't know what to say. I don't know how to say it. I don't know how to sell it to, but there is the possibility of getting to the other side. And the path to getting clear requires this brave move of saying, yes, I'm going to get it clear now. All right, so I'm going to end it here. Thank you for joining me live if you were live, and if you are watching the replay, thank you so much for being here with me watching the replay. And you know, whether we're meant to work together in this special offer today or through the She's a Changemaker Sistermind, which is coming up November 1st, or through in a VIP capacity, like whatever, we're just excited that you're here and that you got some value out of this communication that I felt compelled to share. All right, tons of love, and I will talk to you again soon. Again, the link will be in the comments.